Welcome everybody to day 3 of the Master Your Life Masterclass. This is an opportunity for you to grow in health and strength in mind, body, and spirit. And I thank you all for allowing me this opportunity to share with you guys what it is that I've learned in the way of maintaining supplement, maintaining the body in a healthy fashion. So today, I'm doing Facebook simultaneously, and I so one of the young men that I shared a lot of good information with over the last couple of years or so, 3 years actually. His birthday is today, so he's giving himself the birthday gift of coming on board and getting this good information. He knows quite a bit of it already because I trained him a bit, so we're going to continue. So, okay, now day 3. Let me pull up this organ clock. Before I do that, share with your people, get them to subscribe on YouTube, get them to hit the notification bell. If you haven't done so, do so now or do so in the near future so that you can get this information and you be able to disseminate it to your family so you can help your family heal. We're going to end the generational issues that comes with things that we put in our body and the way we mismanage and have been miseducated. So this is an opportunity to flip the script on all of that, all of it. And in order for me to really do this consistently, I need to get as many people to follow me and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm not trying to compete against anybody. I'm just doing me and living up to my life's purpose. So, that is to help and to inform and to move people forward in their health and mind, body, and spirit. So I'm looking for you all to help me do that simply by sharing the information or sharing the access to the information. Okay, now back to the lesson at hand. Yesterday, I gave a homework assignment. So if you didn't get that, go back to yesterday's video and get that homework assignment. I'm gonna let you know what it is anyway. The homework assignment was to go and let me share my screen. So first thing, I want you to start changing the way you use your device. So one thing I ask people to do is ask your device. If you have a question about health, if you have a question about a herb or food or whatever, ask your device that question. It will give you information. You can ask me, but your device is in your hand, is with you almost all the day, every day. Most people nowadays, especially in the US, ask your device. Okay, I'm gonna put up a picture of aloe vera right here. So this is aloe. It's a miracle herb and what have you. It's one of the ingredients that I put in my smoothie. This is a plant that I have in my house. So I take one of these leaves and I take a small portion, the width of 3 of my fingers and the length of 3 of my fingers, generally in that range, with or without the skin. And that's what I add to my smoothie. There's a lot more I do with the aloe. That's another video because I want to keep this short and sweet. So along with the aloe, where's my other video? Other picture. Okay. This is what I talked about yesterday, the organ clock. And this was the homework assignment. The homework assignment was to get a piece of paper, large as you can. This is almost a poster board that I have here. I'm sorry for you folks on YouTube. You can't see Facebook. Well, I'll let you look at a screen briefly. I know that's not going to give you a clear picture, but that's okay because you can go to YouTube to my channel, Breathmaster Aaron Motley, and you will get this video. It'll be going, it's live now and it'll be up in perpetuity. Okay, so let me enlarge this. Okay, so this, I did this myself. So the homework assignment was get the paper, get a large circular object, draw a circle, and draw the lines in order to be able to divide that into 12 segments. But those 12 segments will correlate to the organ times. This is an organ clock. So you were to ask your device, show me an organ clock. It's going to give you an assortment of them to choose from. So This particular organ clock that I've made correlates with some of the things that I suggest people do on a consistent basis that are in alignment with the time frames for each organ. I had a young lady ask me after just a snippet of watching, I'm assuming a snippet based upon what she told me, watching what I was sharing, and she said, "You're giving up a lot of information." She asked me, said, "Do you know how to cleanse the 12 body systems?" Short answer, yes. When you go to this organ clock, it has 12 segments. And each segment, each 2-hour segment of the 24-hour day, an organ, a specific organ, has its optimal time for rejuvenation, revitalization, and energy. So yesterday and the day before, I talked about the large intestine because this process, I'm giving you information according to how the body operates. You have to be in alignment with how your body functions in order for you to live optimally in this vehicle that carries your spirit through this thing called life and have these experiences. So I'm going according to how you function in time with time. You wake up, you should be waking up. The optimal wake up time is between 5 and 7 a.m. I went over the things that you do. I went over, the room temperature water, and the additional lesson yesterday was oil pulling. So the room temperature water with lime or lemon, you do that every day. Some days you're going to do oil pulling with coconut oil. Review that video yesterday. I got to move on so I can give you this information for today. And I mentioned that today I will be talking about the time frame that is for the stomach between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. There are certain things that are optimal for that time frame based upon the energy of the stomach and how it operates and what is best for it in that time frame. So you have to have your breakfast. You have to break your fast. You fasted overnight. Hopefully you were sleeping and not eating all night. Now it's time to break your fast. Okay, you had your lime water and it's charged your body and so on. Now you want to put in more things that are optimal that are going to move through the stomach in 20 minutes to help facilitate movement of what's in the system in the way of waste, fecal matter, and so on. So the optimal thing to put in your body at that time of day is fruit or a green smoothie. Now, I don't recommend proteins at this time of day. So if you're not going to have proteins otherwise, I don't suggest that you have a protein shake or put protein in your smoothie or grains at this time of day. Reason is this: different foods process differently in the body. And this is the nature of food combining. Fruit, especially watery fruit, it moves through the stomach and into the small intestine in 20 minutes. So it's going to push things through. Proteins, nuts, grains, seeds, animal flesh, and their byproducts takes 2 hours to be broken down and move from the stomach to the small intestines. So you can create conflict that can cause constipation and a whole lot of other issues. I mean, a laundry list of issues. So you don't want to do that. So you want to be in alignment with what this organ needs for it to be optimal. So these are the things you do at this time of the day. Tropical fruit especially. I have a couple of examples here. Pineapple. Well, let me hold on. Okay. I'm gonna hold that up in a moment. Okay, I talked about, let me go back. Getting ahead of myself here. So okay, thank you. Breaks over. Fruit on the organ clock. We're talking about fruit Then I have Edgar smoothie. I've written this faint. I'm actually going to redo this clock before the 30-day period is up, so it'll be a bit more colorful. This was specifically for my own use. So for you guys to be able to see a more clear, I'm going to redo this. So I'm going to enlarge that. Now we're talking fruit, Edgar smoothie. Now Edgar smoothie was made for my father when I was helping him back in 2009 to deal with his medical issues. He had high blood pressure, diabetes. He had been on blood pressure medication for 9 years. I thought it was 2 or 3. I put together a meal plan for him. I helped him. I made this pumpkin stew, another conversation when we get into the food piece. And I created this smoothie for him. This smoothie has 4 of the #1 food slash herbs for diabetes, for nourishing the organs so they can deal with that and to strengthen and tone themselves so that they can move away from that process. Okay, so fruits, Edgar smoothies, and if you're taking some capsules, it's okay to take those. If those, I mean, it's dry herb or whatever. Okay, nix that. That's another conversation. I'm not even going to put that out there for you right now. That would be for brunch time, actually. That would be long after you've taken the smoothie. So you do the smoothie and the fruit after you had your lime water, after which is after you had done your oil pulling. Then you're going to do your smoothie and or your fruit. So you do that closer to 7. Give your body time to process those things. Closer to 9 in the brunch area, 9, 10, and 11, you're going to be doing your capsules and so on and packing your lunch and snacks and so on. It's a good time also for an AM meeting. So if you have any type of meetings, this is a good time to have a meeting, including a meeting with yourself, planning your day. Now that most people are operating from home, they have opportunities to plan their day. Whereas before, your day was already planned and you're running and running and running. Now, there's a massive shift that's happened and is happening that is going to allow you to have better control over your life. Okay, so let me stop sharing this. And I'm going to talk about some of the ingredients in Edgar smoothie and some of the things that you ought to eat at this time of day, between 7 a.m. You want to eat tropical fruit. Also, tropical fruit are the best thing to put in the Edgar smoothie as far as the fruit goes. There's a number of ingredients. First off, before I get into the tropical smoothie, let me tell you what the 4 main ingredients in Edgar smoothie that will help the pancreas to recover from whatever issue. It's going to cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. Like I said, the woman asked the question about the 12 bodies, cleansing the 12 body systems. This will do that. First off, bam, cactus leaf, nopal cactus leaf. And when you're doing this, make sure that these little white spots here, all of these spots are where the little needles would be on the cactus. This particular variety has no needles or very, very few needles, and they're very tiny. So I may not even notice them while I'm cleaning this, but then, I may feel something in my finger. And if you do that, the best way is if you move your hand one way and you feel it stick, go back the other way. Take your finger and just push against, and that will help it to come out. You can use your fingernail, scratch it out, or if it's big enough and you can see it, get some tweezers, pull it out. You always want to make sure that the needles are gone. I like this particular variety because, like I said, it has very few needles. Doesn't have as much mucilaginous type soluble fiber as the other variety that has a plethora of needles. I'm talking thousands upon thousands of needles on each leaf. Each one of these little spots right here may have, 100 needles. If you got 10 of them, that's thousands. So you can see that this has way more than 10 of those spots. So if you got 100 needles times 30 or 40, you got like 3,000 needles. I don't want that in my body. So you make sure you scrape the needles off of here. Lay it flat, take your knife, slide it across, and get rid of those needles. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, again, for cleansing the organs, the digestive organs that become compromised and lends itself to the issue called diabetes and high blood pressure. Number two, bitter melon. There's another variety of bitter melon called that comes from China that's smooth. It looks like a cucumber. It has each way, all you see all these little bumps. It has long, slender lines and what have you. It's much smoother and it's a translucent green. This is a deep, dark green. Now, this is also the fruit or the pod that comes off of what's known in the Caribbean as a cerasee vine. They use cerasee to make a tea, the leaves, that is, of the vine, to make a tea that they use to deal with that issue. They don't particularly use the pod so much, but you can use both. The pod has a lot more fiber, and you're going to benefit from using either the leaf or the pod. And let me say that this pod has seeds. So you cut it in half, take the seeds out with a spoon, and you put those seeds in the ground. You put them in a pot, and you grow your own cerasee. You can grow your own bitter melon. And if you want more information, remember what I said about the use of your technology. Ask your device. Okay? Next, we have, oh, excuse me, getting ahead of myself again. Let me slow it down. Next, we have green beans. I grew these in the garden. These are frozen, so they kind of what have you, but I grew these in the garden. So I grew these in the garden. Green beans. Why green beans, you ask? Good question. Thank you for asking. Green beans, the juice from green beans or string beans, however you want to call them, snap peas, snap beans, so on. The juice from the green bean on a chemical level is almost identical to insulin. So if a person needs insulin, they can juice string beans. Now, let me say this before anybody gets off kilter or whatever. I'm not contending anything as far as trying to say that you're going to heal or that I'm not making any claims in regards to what the proprietary measure, you got the disclaimer, this information is not intended to treat, heal, or prevent any disease. It isn't. This information is meant to teach you how to nourish your body so that it maintains itself. And when it maintains itself, there is no disease to have to heal. Okay? That's that. So you got the string bean juice. So when you have any of these issues, as you utilize these things, if you utilize them, I'm not saying you should. I'm not telling you anything except for I utilize them. And I'm going to tell you what happened with my dad when I utilized them with him. He'd been on blood pressure medication for 9 years. 2 weeks later, he was off. That was 2009. Fast forward to 2010. I was down visiting with him in October. I spent 2 weeks. I didn't even do the smoothie. I just fed him other food items and what have you that nourish and cleanse the body so that the body can maintain homeostasis or return to homeostasis. We're talking what, 11 years later, right? Within 2 months, I don't know the exact date because I wasn't given that information, so I don't know the exact time frame, but within 2 months time frame, they took him off of the blood pressure medication. They took him off of the insulin. Do you hear what I said? 2 months of quality eating, fibrous, nutrient-dense foods. They took him off of blood pressure medication and off of insulin that he'd been on for decades. So reversal is possible by helping your body arrive at homeostasis. Remember, this process is about giving your body what it needs in order for it to function optimally. I'm going to be coming off soon, so I want to keep these short and sweet. So a lot of information, short time frame. Cinnamon. Oh my goodness. That is so awesome. Now, cinnamon, ask your device, what are the benefits of cinnamon? Ask your device, How does cinnamon affect diabetes? Okay, you can ask your device the same thing about bitter melon. You can ask your device the same thing about nopal, Nopal, nopal cactus leaf. You can ask your device the same thing about green beans. Don't take my word for it. I'm here as a guide. I'm not teaching you anything. Experience is the greatest teacher. So have the experience, learn from other people's experience. Then you will know. Once you know, you can't be put back in the category of the unknown. Okay, tropical fruit. Bam. Pure ambrosia, the mango, one of the most nutrient dense fruit on the planet. When you're doing your smoothie, put a little of the skin, especially if you're growing your mango yourself. Those folks down in the tropics, you know what I'm talking about. Mango trees everywhere. You eat a mango, you throw the seed down. Next thing you know, a mango tree there. Next thing you know, you got more fruit. Simple. Okay. Otherwise, scrub your mango real good. Bang. Oh, you mean to advertise? Get off of there. They're not paying me, y'all. Pineapple. Bromelain, the second strongest enzyme for dissolving proteins, i.e., meat, coagulated stuff in the body. Getting rid of that. Okay. Y'all, did your oil pull in this morning? You had your lime water? Okay, it's a bit late in the day, but since I'm doing this now, I'm going to show you all Edgar smoothie, green smoothie. Along with those other ingredients, put in some greens. You can do cucumber, you can do as well. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. This is one of my better batches, y'all. I'll have to say, one of my better batches. Thank me. So now I'm going to get into some administrative stuff. I've shared the information that I want to share. Now we're going to do the administrative stuff. Like, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share. People need this, y'all. I'm not doing this for my health. I'm doing this for my health. The sharing I'm not doing for my health. I'm doing it for the community. I am Breath Master Aaron Motley, global community elder, owning my space, honoring and being reverent to all that I am charged to do at this stage in my life. This is my life purpose at this time. So, along with that, what you're going to do to get more folks over to the YouTube to get this information, also my book. I'll show it to you tomorrow. I'm going to get up and look for it right now. The Obesity Myth, You're Not Overweight, You're Overwaist, is available for purchase. It's $26. Go to my website, www.breathmastera, all one word, .com. And you can purchase that book there. Or you can send me a text directly or send me a DM. You know, you can put a request here on the comment section on YouTube. You can also DM me on Facebook or Instagram. Breathmaster Aaron Motley on Facebook, Breathmaster Aaron Motley here on YouTube, at Breathmaster A on Instagram and Twitter. You can text me 240-848-5448, 240-848-5448. And if you want to actually donate to a brother, you can cash at me, $Breathmaster, all one word, capital B, REATH, capital MASTER. Hey, it takes money to do this stuff. Also, the ingredients for Edgar smoothies is in my book. I got sea moss and a bunch of other stuff in here that I didn't list. I want to give you the main four. And if you are in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, you can buy a gallon of this from me, a gallon of Edgar smoothie at a nominal price of $50 per gallon. Y'all know they're doing this, what, sea moss and bladderwrack or sea moss and elderberry. And it's like, what, $80 for a gallon or more? You can get a gallon of this from me for $50. That's not what I want to do. I want you to do it yourself. That's why I'm giving you this information. But if you need a jump start and you actually need some assistance, you can reach out to me. I have no problem with that. Long as the time and circumstance permit, I will support you. So, cheers to your health. I'm about to be out. Mm, so good, so good. Thank you all for coming in. I'm going to end the live on YouTube. Thank you all for attending day 3 of the 30-day Master Life Masterclass. Share, share.